He just posted like a 10-second clip on Twitter of him like at his electric drum kit, and he's like, "Oh, here's my cover of First Date by Blink-182," and he does like the Travis Barker like drum intro, and then as soon as the guitars come in, he just starts blast beating.
and that right there is an intro to our Game Club Chat Pack stream. I'm Pterodactyl.
Yeah.
I'm Pterodactyl right here, owner of GameCloth, and I also stream sometimes on the GameCloth page. This is Joey Kaufman of Deathtax, the band Deathtax. Check them out on. We'll give you more plugs later, but Spotify, Bandcamp, Facebook. We're going to talk about some gaming, and then also talk about his band Deathtax. So let's get into it. Joey, first off, I want to know a little bit about you, like, besides gaming, like, what do you do for a living, and whereabouts do you live?
I live in Fort Wayne now. I've lived here for just over a year. I started dating a girl that's from Fort Wayne, and then moved to Fort Wayne because she wanted to live in Fort Wayne, and I was like, I hate where I used to live up in Auburn.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about Auburn, it's like the worst place ever. So
I literally did the same thing. Yeah, I met a girl in Fort Wayne and moved here because of that. So I hear you.
Yeah, so it's cool. We've lived here for a little over a year. Kind of like, I think one really cool thing about our relationship is that like we started dating like 2 months before this pandemic hit. So we've basically spent like a year inside together.
Yeah, same. Well, same here. I started dating my girlfriend a few months before the pandemic, like maybe 6 months. And then when I moved here, it was during the pandemic. So like I haven't even experienced Fort Wayne. She says it's great. Right. I don't know.
It's pretty cool. We've done a lot of like walking around, but she's pretty bummed because there's a lot of like, I don't want to say like nostalgic things for her, but like, you know, like the Three Rivers Festival and Rib Fest and stuff like that we kind of missed out on because of the pandemic. But, you know, we still go do shit. We go walk around parks. You know, we try to get out and do stuff. But yeah, I live here now. I work at a concrete plant is my day job.
Okay.
Right now, I'm kind of just wherever they need me, whether it's like in the office dispatching as like more of a managerial position or like helping out in the yard, running the loader, or like, you know, sometimes driving truck, delivering concrete. So
do you like it?
No.
No. Okay.
If it gets to the point where guitar playing doesn't fucking pay rent, like, I mean, I'm there just because it is a really great company and they really do take care of me. And I really like the people that I work under for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that concrete is my passion, but It's cool. It pays well. It pays the bills. Can't really complain, but yeah, so that's my jam right now. And hopefully where I'll retire from if, you know, plan A doesn't work out.
Which is writing music and...
Yeah. I mean, I think anymore, like, to be a musician, it's just you have to tour 13 months out of the year. So, like, no one with a fucking brain's doing that right now. But
right.
You know, yeah, if that doesn't work out. It's either that or I would like to go to school, which I don't really know what you go to school for to do this, but I would love to be like a storm chaser. Like those dudes that like twisted metal cars going out like, tornadoes.
Twisted metal cars, yeah. Right. That sounds cool.
It would be
Yeah. All right. I just wanted to get like a little bit about you there, and but we're gonna get into talking about some games. Hold on. Got a comment. Fort Wayne is the best, especially not during a pandemic. Yeah. Okay.
Well, wait,
I wouldn't know.
well, I think like something that you and me definitely have in common, because I know that you've kind of lived in every small town from like Steuben County to LaGrange County
Yep.
to you've
Yep.
been around. Moving from like tiny, like I'm from Pleasant Lake, Indiana. You know where Pleasant Lake is, right?
Yeah. It's by
Yeah,
Angola ish.
yeah, yeah,
Ish.
yeah. Like, and you know that that's like a literal village. Like it
Right.
is tiny. To go from living like in towns like that and towns like Fremont, and then I like upgraded to Auburn, um, to move to Fort Wayne, especially like at the beginning of a pandemic, the like one of the high points of the protests and stuff like that happening, like it was, I don't want to say culture shock, but it was like pretty jarring at first. It was just like,
Oh yeah.
man, this is I am not of the city.
Right. Right. Um. Yeah. I hear you there. Um. Okay, we're gonna chat about some games. My first question for you is, what consoles do you play on?
uh, I'm like kind of I'm like the world's worst Nintendo baby.
Uh huh.
Like I pretty much kind of only play like Zelda and Pokemon when it comes to like Nintendo stuff.
Okay.
But I play PS4 primarily. So
Right. Okay. Um. So just Zelda and Pokemon on the Switch. You have a Switch then.
yeah,
Yeah.
we just bought a Switch. I was the dude that I loved my Wii U. I
Yeah.
loved my Wii U. And I used to catch so much shit for that, but I love that thing. Like I played the fuck out of Breath of the Wild all the way through on that thing, and yeah, when you go from the Wii U to the Switch, you're like, oh Jesus! Like I realized kind of now what I was missing out on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we just bought a Switch. I played Breath of the Wild on that for about 20 minutes, and that's all the more I've played the Switch. My girlfriend plays like Animal Crossing.
Yep.
She plays this game called Cattails.
Haven't
I
heard of
think
that one.
it's fucking gnarly. Like it's kind of dark.
Oh, okay.
But it's sick. It plays like an old Zelda game. It's like a top down kind of, you know what I mean? Like kind
Yeah.
of like a
Yeah.
Link Between Worlds or like the Seasons and Ages games.
Sure.
I really don't know what it's about, but like from what I understand, like she's a cat named Soup that like walks around the different areas and essentially just gets into like gang fights with other groups of cats.
That
And
sounds dope.
yeah, she's like a cat with like street cred who like wears like a plague doctor mask.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. It's fucking sick though. She's into it, and I back that. So,
Right.
but she also she loves Skyrim, and she just bought that, which I've never played Skyrim other than I did the intro one time and I made a character, and then I didn't complete the first quest because I like upset some guards or something, and they were trying to kill me. And then I went into a cave, and I was like, "There's a dude throwing shit at me right now," and there's like these weird spiders, and I was just getting fucked up. So I've been meaning to start that over because it's like right up my alley. Like I love that open world shit, but
Right. You're
just
just
never.
bad luck at the beginning.
Yeah, just a little too curious right off the bat. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, as far as like the Nintendo stuff goes, yeah, it's like I played every Zelda game on the Wii U, even like that Hyrule Warriors shit. Like
Mhm.
that was really weird, but I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, I mean, I have a 3DS. I play all the Pokemon. Well, most of the Pokemons that are out on that, and then
Yeah.
like the HD remakes or the 3D remakes of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
Right.
Um, what was it? A Link Between Worlds? The one where like you could turn into like a painting and like walk on the walls.
That sounds right. I think that's the title of it. Yeah.
I ripped the shit out of that one. And then like on the Wii U, it was like the Twilight Princess HD remake, Wind Waker HD remake. I actually played the Arkham games on the Wii U.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I think I might be the only person in the world that bought those games for that console. But
I mean, did you enjoy them?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I did. Dude.
Yeah,
I love those games.
Those are fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman beat 'em ups, man.
Yeah, I'm not like a Batman fan per se either. Like, I've seen the Dark Knight trilogy, but I don't even remember why I started playing them. But yeah, I really enjoyed them. I've never read a Batman comic in my life, but
fair enough.
They're dope games, so
yeah. We already talked about some games, but what are some of your favorite games of all time? Favorite?
Probably, I guess, like, to do like a top. I don't know which ones I like more than the other, but like probably like Last of Us, Bloodborne, and like I would have to flip a coin for Majora's Mask or Twilight Princess, but probably Majora's Mask just because.
Okay.
Fucking evil.
Yeah. Dark.
Yeah, super dark.
What are you playing currently?
Like literally. So remember what I was saying about Skyrim? How like I started it, and then I was like, "Fuck, this is overwhelming." There's like 7 games right now that I'm like, I got like 30% of the way through, and then I was like, Jesus, this is long. But the ones that I have going right now, I'm trying to platinum Bloodborne for the first time because I've never done it. I always miss it by like 1 or 2 trophies every time. I'm playing through the remake of Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. That was like an N64 jammer for me. I ripped the shit out of as a kid, and then they did like an HD remake of it, and so it's been fun playing through that again. I forgot how like kind of silly that game is, but God of War, I got about 60% of the way through that, and I felt like I was coming up on the end to it, and I was like, I gotta be about done with this fucker. I'm playing it every night for like 4 hours, and then I like check my progress bar, and it's like, you've done 30%. I'm just like, fuck me, dude. Like, what the hell is going on? Fuck, what else? Me and my bandmates just got into like, what's the Call of Duty? Warzone,
Cold War, or the one before it. So
a couple of us own Cold War, but we just play the like battle royale thing together.
Yeah, right.
So that's been fun just because we're all so bad at it. It's usually me, Obi, and Nelly, and then my chick's little brother. He's like pretty good, but he'll like join like a quad and play with us, and then like try to like coach us through it. He's the dude like yelling in the headset all the time,
right?
And we're the dudes getting like run over by Humvees and shit. We're just like, you know,
what do you want from us?
Yeah, give me a fucking break, kid. Like, I gotta work in the morning. Yeah, so we play that. I'm on my second run through of The Last of Us 2 because I didn't realize that there's like cheat codes for that game. There's like modifiers for it where you can get like unlimited explosive arrows and shit like that. So that's been fun, like watching that game crash from like lining up clickers and just blowing them up with explosive arrows, and the game fucking crashes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fun. But fuck, what else? I just recently bought Death Stranding because, like,
oh yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna like it, but like, there's something about it that still has the echoes of the PT, like the Silent Hills thing. Yeah. So I was like, all right, it's beautiful. If anything, it's going to be like a beautiful game to like kind of try out for a little while. And I like installed it, and then I like started the tutorial, and I was like,
Meh.
like, I'm fucking walking around. I'm the fucking dude from The Walking Dead, just walking around. This is whatever. So I do intend on picking that back up. I kind of pick up Mortal Kombat 11 every 6 weeks and play it for like 3 straight days and like do a bunch of towers and try and like chip away at the crypt and chip away at like a lot of things and stuff. Because like Mortal Kombat was probably the first video game I ever played as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So like I love them all, like even the shit ones, like I love them all.
Who's your favorite character?
Go back to the face game. Like I think that variety is the spice of life. So like I don't need to have a favorite anything.
Oh, okay.
But
fair enough.
I'll give you like a top 3. Melina in the games that she's in, Scorpion and Raiden.
Okay.
Well, actually, Mortal Kombat 11 though, which was kind of new for me, my main is Katana.
Okay.
Which has never been the case before, but yeah, she's like my go-to, probably the character I'm the most comfortable with in 11. But yeah, so those are my 4, yes.
Okay. How long have you been gaming for?
There's pictures of me as a toddler, like sitting next to my mom. Kind of got me into gaming, to be honest. She was big on the Super Nintendo, and she loved like Zelda. Do you remember a game? I want to say it was on the Super Nintendo. It was called like Gaia or something like that. It was similar to Zelda, where you're like this little blonde dude.
No, I haven't played it.
I might be making the name of that game up, but I don't remember. But anyway, it was kind of similar to that, like kind of an RPG kind of thing. Yeah, I want to say it was called like Legend of Gaia, but that's too close to Legend of Zelda. I don't remember what it was called. Somebody in the chat might know what it was, but it might be a complete fever dream. I might be, who knows?
I just made this game up in my head.
Yeah, but my mom was always big into shit like that, and my mom had the first Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo, and that's like my earliest memory. So I would have been before my little sister was born, so I'm probably like 2 or 3. Kind of one of my earliest memories is like holding that like rectangle controller and playing Mortal Kombat. So
yeah,
like I've probably been playing video games longer than anything else that I waste my time.
Same. Yeah, probably same. When I had Adam on, he mentioned you played a lot of Bloodborne, and you talked about that too. So let's chat about Bloodborne for a bit. I've only played Dark Souls 1 through 3. Never played Bloodborne. I have a PS4. I'm just not on it very often. So most of my friends are on Xbox. The people that I play with like every day, I guess. But can you tell me about the game if I don't know about it? Like just a little bit, and then we'll get into some questions about it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the beauty of Bloodborne is that when I first got it, I don't even remember why I bought it. I think a friend recommended it to me, like, dude, this game is like punishing as fuck. Like, it's arguably the hardest game I've ever played, and I was like, it's a fucking video game, dude. I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had just started to kind of dip my toes into like Lovecraftian horror and like cosmic horror. Movies like I think I had just seen The Void. Which if you've seen that movie. Movies like Event Horizon and a lot of like alien movies too. just kind of otherworldly, paranormal type shit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of blanking on other ones right now. But I had just started to dip my toes into that kind of stuff and reading some Lovecraftian stuff. And then someone was like, oh, there's a video game that's like, kind of basically like if an H.P. Lovecraft story were a video game. And there's a lot of like Cthulhu shit out there. There's a lot of like Call of Cthulhu kind of worship video games and games that are straight up called Call of Cthulhu. But this one just like right in the very beginning of it, you just have no fucking clue what's going on. And it's a game that, and I think Dark Souls is kind of like this too, where like
it definitely is.
Yeah, you like learn going on by like reading item descriptions and a lot of shit together. And then I discovered the community behind Bloodborne, and it's fucking amazing. Like the people that like all the lore videos and stuff that are on YouTube, the people that kind of fill in the gaps with like logical, because I mean none of it's confirmed, you know what I mean? There's like one big interview with the main dude who made it. I don't know his name, but like where he confirms a lot of like fan theory, well maybe not even fan theories, but he like fills in a lot of gaps for people in the big interview. But so much of it is just like fan speculation and stuff like that. And I love lore. You know what I mean? Like I love reading about that shit. I love, pulling the curtain back on a lot of the mysteries of that stuff. And that game is just so like, I feel like you get dropped in this world and they're just like, figure it out. Like,
yeah.
Good luck. You're gonna fucking.
Here you go. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need the luck I just offered you. Real quick, chat says I love that Joey's using Windows 98 to stream because it's cutting out a little bit. Like there'll be like a word missing in something you're saying or something, but like it's all good.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'll see if I can get my foil antenna outside a little more.
There you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Bloodborne is just like it's a game that is just kind of shrouded in mystery. There's such a beautiful atmosphere to it. It kind of like that game made me feel the same way I felt playing through Majora's Mask for the first time, where you're just so like not necessarily the mechanics or anything like that, but where you're just like dropped into this world that is so creepy and you're kind of like apprehensive to go anywhere. And then you have this like in Majora's Mask there's like the time mechanic. You're just the entire time and you're like you don't feel like you're well enough equipped to go get anything done. And that's how Bloodborne made me feel, was just like it just makes you feel like you're in over your head the entire time. And when you do complete something or you do finish a task or you beat a boss, there's no real like reward necessarily other than that like, oh fuck, okay, that's over now. Jesus Christ.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly. And that's been the big thing with Bloodborne, is that like there is no real like reward to it. I don't know. It's almost like a form of self-harm in a way. It's fucked up, but
yeah.
I just can't get enough of it. I don't know. I've probably played through that game front to back like 9 or 10 times now.
That was going to be one of my questions, but 9 or 10 times, wow. Yeah, that was my next question. What's your favorite boss fight in the game? And also, what's the hardest? Or are those the same?
No, they're definitely not the same. 'Cause I think probably my favorite boss fight is I really like Rom the Vacuous Spider, just because like the whole area and like the lore behind that boss is really sad and it's really kind of fucked up. But that boss battle. A funny story about that boss battle, real quick. I was just getting fucking wrecked, like over and over and over. And Adam, who I lived with at the time, he's like, dude, like, this shit looks insane. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking driving me up the wall. And he's like, well, here, let me try it real quick. Ever once touched the game ever. And he did first try. I was just so that's kind of, I love that story because it was just, I don't know, sometimes you just gotta let someone else take the wheel for a second.
Right.
But yeah, Rom is a really cool, it's a really sad story, kind of what Rom represents and what Rom is. But I like that early on in the game, there's like you like walk through this like library or something, and there's like a note about Rom. And I remember reading it for the first time and just being, it says something about like the spider hides all manners of ritual. And I remember reading that and being like, great, fucking spiders. Great, awesome. Fucking love that for me. And then when you get in that boss battle and you see this thing, you're just like, that's not like any spider I've ever seen. This but yeah, Ron stand out for me. I also really love Murgo's wet nurse, just because that's probably one of my favorites in the game. And what the lore behind the wet nurse and stuff. There's not a lot of like people that go into great detail about that particular boss, but it's a pretty crucial moment in the game. It's sort of like kind of the last thing you do before you go fight the main boss. But I would say the hardest boss, though, for me was it's actually a hidden boss. It's like an optional thing. It's the Dark Beast Pearl or Parl or something like that.
Right.
That one was really, really fucking hard for me. And then there's another, I think she's a secret boss as well, but Biotis, like daughter of the Cosmos name, she was a pain in the ass too. But I think they're all fucking hard though. Like that's the thing. Like, there's never really like, they all suck. There's only one boss in the game, the Witch of Hemlock, that I can like breeze through. That one's super easy, but fuck yeah, dude. Like, I mean, even just like encounters with like other hunters can be so fucking difficult sometimes. Like I said, it's just a game that you're just constantly fucking overwhelmed, and
right,
it sucks. It's horrible.
Is there co-op in it, like in the Dark Souls games?
Yeah. You can have people jump in.
Oh, okay.
There's definitely been times where I've had like 3 or 4. I think the most you can do is 4, but maybe it's only like cooperators to go in and fight a boss and like plus 3. You know what I mean? Where it's just you just getting your fucking dick sawed off the entire time.
Sawed right off. What are your go-to weapons?
I have this really bad problem. I got roasted. So I play a shitload of the Last of Us, like the multiplayer, like online from the first one. And I have this fucking really bad problem where like I just go with like the stock, like, you know, like presets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just the dude that's like, yeah, this shit works. Like, fuck, whatever. So like when it comes to Bloodborne, like I literally run through the whole game with the saw cleaver.
Okay.
It's the first 3 weapons you can pick from, and it's just something I'm super comfortable with. I've done a run through with Ludwig Blade before, and that was cool. It's like a big ass fucking great sword. That was fun. I have done a run with the Blades of Mercy, which are like the Eileen the they're cool. They're like fast. I like the Eileen's or the Mercy. Like when you're fighting, like when you go to like one of those like flat top restaurants where they make the food in front of you.
Oh
and they
yeah,
sharpen the knives in front of you and shit. That's
yeah.
kind of how Blades of Mercy are. It just looks like you're fucking about to make like steam come out of like one of those onion towers or something.
Yeah, the volcano.
Yeah. I'm pretty basic. I just like to fucking do like a plug on the saw cleaver and just beat that bit with different the gemstones or the blood gems. I mean, and yeah, just I do like repeating for left hand weapon.
Oh, okay.
Pretty basic.
Okay, you're cutting out really bad at the end there. I'm gonna go into the next question and see if we still have you. I guess. I was gonna switch to Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
You play Pokemon Go a lot. You said.
Right? Fuck yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's chat about that. How often do you play? Every day?
Every single fucking day. Like it's bad.
I can hear you better now. So, have you been playing it since launch then?
No, I didn't get into it until like 2 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I tried it at launch, and I was just like, yeah, this is cool. I mean, it makes my fucking. At the time, I didn't have unlimited data, or like, you know what I mean, anything like that. So I was just like, yeah, it like makes my battery go to shit and chews up all my data. So this sucks. Like,
right.
But you know, got the old updated fucking unlimited data plan now. So.
Oh yeah. Moving on up.
yeah, fucking baller. But yeah, we play it every day. Like, it's just something like easy for me and Lacey to go do. Like, wherever we are. Just got back from South Carolina. For like, she always talks about how like she gave up smoking, so the money that she used to spend on smoking, she spends on Pokemon Go now. And that's sick.
Hey,
so,
you got to reward yourself for quitting. I quit smoking too, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy myself some stuff.
You know. Like, I gotta go from like smoking a pack of cigarettes a day to like going and walking in the park for an hour playing Pokemon.
Right.
Can't really dog her too much for that, but yeah, you know, we're pretty casual about it, to be honest. But just go out, walk around, and see what we see. Get excited about it, and it's fun.
Do you do the raids then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
A cool feature they added during like COVID was the like remote raids where you can like raid with other people.
Right.
Invite. That's pretty cool. We kind of raid with my mom every now and then. She lives over in Plymouth, so we with her every now and then. But
right.
Yeah.
What's the best raid Pokemon you've caught?
I just see. I don't want to steal Lacey's thunder, but like a few months ago, it was like the end. We were like winding down. The sun was going down. We were like, all right, let's head home. And she's like, yo, like let's go do this Shinx raid real quick. Like it's at this church. It's kind of out of the way. And I was like, okay, like yeah, that's fine. We can go do it, whatever. And we go there, and she got a shiny Shinx out of the raid, and she was fucking over the moon about it. You know, I was hyped for her, and you know, and then like 2 nights ago, I was like laying on the couch. We had both just got off like a long day at work or something, and I was like laying on the couch, and I had one remote raid pass left, and I was like, "Yo, do you want to do this Shinx raid with me real quick?" She's like, "No, I don't have any passes." I was like, "All right," so I just did it by myself, and I got a shiny Shinx, and I fucking like wanted to rip a hole in the sun. I was so fucking amped. but yeah, I haven't really caught anything that cool as far as shinies go. But yeah, the shiny Shinx was cool. I have like I had 2 of the shiny legendary birds
Oh,
from
dope.
from when they were in raids a few weeks ago. And then Lacey just traded. She got a shiny. I think I had Moltres and Zapdos, and then she traded three of them. That's cool.
Okay. How many shinies do you have?
Probably like 30.
Okay.
Real quick. Most of them are from like community days. You know what I mean? Like everybody gets them, but
Right.
yeah, probably like I'm gonna guess like 30. I don't have too many that are like super sick or anything. I just sometimes they pop up.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I have. Oh wow, I have a lot more than I thought. I thought I have 73.
Yeah, the guys I had on last week play Pokemon Go a lot too, and they both said they had like 40 or something. Then they looked it up, and it was like over 100. And I was like, they're like, "Oh, I didn't even realize."
I will say, I think my favorite one, just like old trusty. I have a shiny Swampert that's got it's like my 2 for like raids and battling like that.
A shiny what?
Swampert.
Okay.
Third evolution, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It looks like my cat. So.
Okay.
My cat looks like a bottle.
Yeah. Do you trade with your girlfriend or trade with anybody else? And if so, what's the best trade you've made?
Honestly, that shiny Articuno one was a pretty good. Like, just do that thing where like they every like 10 trades you do will like go lucky. And, like a lucky Pokemon is just like super jacked. So yeah, we got some cool lucky ones. I can't think of any right off the bat that are super sick, but yeah, there's some dope ones in there. We just kind of trade everything in hopes that they go lucky, you know.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second here. This stream's looking weird on my
Okay.
end. Oh, there it goes. It got like really, everything got gray. It was weird. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that.
Very good.
Where am I? What's your favorite Pokemon?
I have a Haunter tattoo, like little shitty Haunter tattoo right there.
Yeah.
So that's like my quick go-to, but I think Mayreep is probably my favorite.
Oh, really?
It's just like a goofy little sheep. I think they're cute.
Yeah. What's your favorite Pokemon game? Besides Pokemon Go, I guess, because you play that all the time. But
yeah, I loved Leaf Green and Fire Red. I thought those are probably the most fun. I mean, I'm like a Gen 1, Gen 2 kid. Anything past that is a little out of my wheelhouse, but
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like after that, I kind of like I stopped playing them, and I was playing like other stuff. But
yeah,
I still know some of those Pokemon. It's just I haven't really like I haven't played beat the games or whatever. So
yeah, for sure. So like when it comes to Pokemon Go, like they do a pretty good job of like keeping like Gen 1, Gen 2 stuff in there. But like it's been kind of cool like seeing like there's literally like a Pokemon that's like an ice cream sundae now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know what that's about, but so it's been cool to like kind of see all these kind of random wild ones that are like in newer games that I haven't played. But yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green are probably my favorites, just because they're like updated versions of Red and Blue. So
okay. Moving away from Pokemon a little bit, some just random questions. What's your favorite RPG game?
When you say RPG, like
I mean like I don't mean like JRPG. I mean like more like where you can change your skills and like level up and
sure. I mean, fuck, I don't know. Give me some like examples of what you consider an RPG. I'm so bad at like genres.
I mean, I would consider Skyrim RPG-esque and like stuff like that. I would even consider Dark Souls somewhat RPG.
I really dug,
but then there's like Final Fantasy, like turn-based style stuff. But like,
that was the first one that came to mind was Final Fantasy, which I've never played a Final Fantasy game. But yeah, probably like, would you consider like Fallout an RPG?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, RPG shooter. Yeah.
Yeah. I played the shit out of Fallout 4.
Oh yeah.
I think
That's
kind of
the one right before 76. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the newest one with like the mask as the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played the shit out of that. I didn't get very far because again, like I just kept running around and like getting attacked by like goofy looking dogs and shit like that. But yeah, like what about like Borderlands? Would you consider that an RPG?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I played the shit out of Borderlands 3. That's a game that I've like got way into, but haven't got very far in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say Borderlands. That's
a good answer.
It's a shitload of fun. I love shooters too, though. So
right. What's your? I think you mentioned this, but what's your favorite Zelda game? Just to clarify.
Probably Majora's Mask. That's like the quick answer, but again, like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are. I don't know if I could have one without the other two. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably Majora's Mask. I just love the aesthetic of it. I will say that game though is the like the final boss. Like you beat Majora's Mask, right?
Majora's Mask is one of the only Zeldas I haven't played. So I didn't get. I never got that game. Oh, I got an N64 late, first of all, but like I played Ocarina of Time at a friend's, and I never got Majora's Mask, and like I don't know, I just fell out of gaming for a little bit, and I have. Yeah. But I just got this Super Console X that has a bunch of games on it. It's like an emulator thing, and it has Majora's Mask on there. So like I plan on going to play it finally, here soon.
Definitely do it, man. It's like it's insane. It's such a fucking great game. But so I won't go through with saying what I was gonna say just because I don't want to spoil anything for you. But yeah, probably Majora's Mask is my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite PvP game? You play any besides? I mean, not besides Call of Duty. If Call of Duty is your favorite, that's fine. But like, you play any other PvP games? And what's your favorite?
I did like online Mortal Kombat for a while.
Dope.
Yeah, it's a little glitchy sometimes for how, and it might just be my internet. I don't fucking know, but like for how complex the fighting system has gotten, like it can be kind of frustrating sometimes when you're like lagging a little bit. But yeah, probably Call of Duty. I mean, just because it's such a like shut your brain off and go kind of thing. I would say my favorite of all time though, and it was like a game that you had to play like a split screen. I loved Turok Rage Wars. I don't know if you ever played that.
I've never played that.
So it's essentially like Turok 2, but like arena-based first-person shooter kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what you'd call it, but you know what I mean? Like you get dropped into a map with 4 other people, and it's just like a shooter kind of thing.
All right.
That one was a lot of when I was a kid. Played a lot of that. Played a lot of just Mortal Kombat. I did have a brief stint on the Wii U where I played Smash Bros. Online.
Okay, yeah, I like Smash Bros. A lot.
Yeah. I don't have the one on the Switch, but I used to play it when I lived with Adam. We'd play it as like a party game, and that one's a lot of fun too. So yeah, I love Smash Brothers.
Okay, what's your favorite single player campaign? You say it. Is it Bloodborne? Last of Us?
Probably The Last of Us.
Part 2 or 1?
Both of them.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of look at them as like one game at this point. I think
that's
they're
fair.
I think they're pretty seamless. A lot of people bitched about Last of Us 2. I feel like I would fucking die on every hill on every opinion I have on that game. And bitching about it, it's just like, shut up. Because like at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game. But like at the same time, I loved the second one. I thought it was just, I don't know. I loved it. I loved the way that they made me for a little while kind of like turn my back on my favorite characters from the first one. You know what I mean? Like you kind of realize like, you know, there's something that always stuck with me about. Have you played The Last of Us?
I've played the first one. I haven't played the second one.
So you remember when you find out the tests? Sorry, spoiler alerts for anybody.
Spoilers. You should have played it by now.
Yeah,
if
no
not,
shit.
fuck off. Go on.
Bro, in the first one though, when they realize the test has been bit, she kind of says that thing to Joel where she's like, well, here's the thing, Joel, shitty people, and it's been that way for a long time. Like, you kind of don't want to believe that.
Yeah.
The second game comes around and you're like, yo, Joel's a shitty person. That dude has done some shitty shit. Like,
yeah.
Tess was my favorite character from the first game. I think that she was just so well executed and then literally executed in a cool way too. I thought that she died that was a dope scene. Probably The Last of Us 1 and 2. But if I had to pick between 1 and 2, I'd probably, well, I guess you kind of have to pick one. You really can't have two without one.
Sure.
But
yeah, way to look at it.
Yeah, and I'm also like, still like, I mean, this morning before we got on here, I was playing the multiplayer. Still, like, I still love that shit.
The multiplayer is good.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It's hard.
Okay. Yeah.
Super clunky.
Yeah. Who's your favorite gaming character of all time?
Claptrap.
Good answer. Good answer.
Claptrap or the fucking, what do you call it? I'm blanking.
What game?
We'll say Claptrap.
All right.
What is that dude? It's from The Last of Us. The dude, Bill. I love Bill.
All right.
Yeah, I like Bill a lot.
What's a game you were super stoked for, but it let you down? Or is there not one?
There probably definitely has been. Can I say PT? I was supposed to change the world, and then it.
What game?
PT, like the Silent Hills thing.
Oh, okay.
Can I say that?
That's fine.
I don't know.
That's fine.
I feel like that game was so. I feel like that game was going to change gaming. Like, I felt like that game was going to like be a monumental like piece of history that would just transcend the horror genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I guess one I like played a majority of the way through that like I liked, but then I got towards the end of it and I was like, I don't know. I didn't finish it. Was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard?
Okay. Yeah.
In a way, like Resident Evil is like 100% responsible for like why I play music and shit now. But I've always hated things about the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, 7 was like, it was fun and it was cool and it was gnarly, but then like when we got towards the end of it, I just kind of got over it and I ended up not finishing it. But
what is your favorite Resident Evil game?
The quick answer is 4. Everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
But the first one I played was 2, so I'll say 2 because I remember like when I was a little kid, I had it on the N64, and when I was like a kid, I used to think that like the cartridge was like haunted or something. So like I wouldn't leave it in my console like at night. I'd like take it out and put it face down because it like stressed me out. Because I mean the cover of 2 is fucking gnarly. It's that like half face, like looking around the corner kind of thing. So 2 is probably the most like, sentimental to me, but 4 is like the quick go-to favorite.
Okay. Have you ever cried because of a gaming moment?
Fuck yeah, dude! Have you played? You've played The Last of Us. Like,
yeah, I know. I'm just. Some people don't tear up on that stuff. I do. I personally do.
I probably cry once a day, dude. Fucking, I'm a baby. Straight up, the scene in The Last of Us where I'm pretty sure it's when they finally make it out west. And they realize that there's no fireflies at that place. And then Joel falls off the building on the rebar, and it like goes through his belly.
Yeah.
And Ellie, like the part that fucks me up every time is when Ellie like drops down next to him. She's like, "You gotta tell what to do. You gotta tell, dude. I'll fucking cry on this stream right now." Talking.
You can, man. I'm here for you.
That's that part, because like. Because then it opens up to winter, and it's that scene like when David gets introduced, and it's that opening shot where she shoots the bunny with a bow, and I'm like, well, fucking Joel's dead. Like that's it. He's fucking Ellie's alone. Shit sucks. This is horrible. Yeah, that's the first that comes to mind is that shit. The ending of Majora's Mask is a fucking tearjerker too, but I won't spoil that for you.
Okay, thank you. I mean, it's my own damn fault, but thank you. What's your favorite game to play co-op?
I haven't played a co-op game since like 2007.
Like, you mean couch, like where it's like 2 people sitting together playing?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think I've played anything like co-op online. Well, I guess like we played like zombies for a little bit on Call of Duty, I guess.
Yeah.
But the last time I played like split screen co-op would have been like Halo, like Halo 2 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even have an Xbox. I just played it at like a friend's house. But
right.
But yeah, so I guess Halo. All right.
Fair enough. You've told me you're a big completionist. What was one of the hardest games to 100%?
The Last of Us 1.
Okay.
That was the day I platinumed that because you gotta beat the. You gotta do it on grounded mode. And I always joke that that's like my proudest achievement outside of like graduating high school. Beating The Last of Us on grounded mode was a big deal for me. So. Yeah, that one. I'm the dude that is still on Wind Waker. You know what I mean? I've 100% Wind Waker one time on the GameCube where you gotta like take pictures of everything.
Yeah,
I did that. I don't think I'll ever 100% Breath of the Wild, but it drives me fucking crazy that I haven't. You know what I mean? Like I lose it.
Right.
Yeah. The Last of Us 1 though was out of the like maybe 10 games that I've 100%ed, that was hands down the hardest one.
Okay. What's the most amount of playthroughs you've played to get a game to 100%? Do you think?
Well, I haven't done it yet. I'm actually hoping to finish it tonight. Like I said, probably played through that 9 or 10 times.
Right.
And I don't like to like have a check sheet next to me and like be like, okay, I did that. Okay, I did that. Okay, I did that. I like to kind of run through it by like memory. And there's always, and it's my own damn fault. But there's always like, oh, I forgot this one weapon that's tucked away in this cave behind this waterfall where there's 3 winter lanterns that make your fucking frenzy meter fucking balls to the walls. Yeah, that's my own fault. But yeah, hopefully tonight we will finish the Queen of Yarnum, and I'm missing one or two weapons.
Okay.
I think just one though. I think I'm just missing one weapon, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, so I'll say Bloodborne, so I hold myself accountable, so I go do it tonight to not make me yell.
Okay. I hope you get it.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Yeah, let's move on to your band Deathtax, formerly known as Louisiana Lot Lizards. I remember years ago you knew I was a big Every Time I Die fan, and you were like, "You're gonna love what I'm putting out next." Yeah, I see that, and I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then I heard it, and I was like, "Yep, I do." But anyways,
he stole all their riffs. No wonder I love this.
But first question is, how did the band start originally?
The band started in 2012. I wrote the song, our first EP, while I was standing in my ex-girlfriend's parents' bathroom. I was playing guitar in the bathroom. I don't remember why, but I wrote that intro riff standing in the bathroom, and then I wrote the rest of the song that night. And I was like, all right, this like in that night, I was like, this is what I'm dedicating my life to.
Right.
Like this, moving forward, this is what I'm doing. And I didn't quite have the name yet. I didn't come up with the name until maybe like 4 to 6 months after that. I wrote that song, and then I wrote 2 or 3 other songs that I kind of ended up scrapping along the way just because I didn't feel like they were up to snuff. And then I wrote Holy Hissy Fit in 2013, shortly after I moved into my first house, after graduating high school. And then it was just kind of all downhill from there. I started looking for members in 2013. Tried out a few drummers, kind of had a few guitar players. Originally, I was just going to play guitar, and not do vocals. And then I wrote Holy Hissy Fit, and that was so 2 important things about the day I wrote Holy Hissy Fit. It was the day that I learned blast beats on a drum kit, and it was the day that I started like yelling the way that I do. Because before I was kind of like doing this weird like Warped Tour metalcore, like just all like distorting in your throat kind of thing, like, you know what I mean? Whereas now I'm just trying to like yell, you know what I mean?
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And so once those 2 things clicked, it kind of put me on this path of being like, okay, I have to be the vocalist because it has to sound like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bunch of years of trying people out, nobody really meshing, and me just writing songs. And then in like December 2018, I think, me and Caleb Lewis from the band We Love You, he said he'd play drums for it, and then we played our first show as a 2-piece, and I like ran like a bass rig and a guitar rig with like an octave pedal for the bass, and we did it as a 2-piece, and it was sick. And then we recorded our first EP in 2018 or 2019. Put that out, and then it's basically just been cycling through members that kind of join the band and don't want to dedicate as much time to it as you know, as it needs. And then about maybe like 10 months ago, I decided we were going to change the name. And then we had a couple more member changes, and then a couple more member changes after that, and ended up where we're at. It's been kind of funny because throughout quarantine, the way that it looks on social media is that like the quarantine, or like we played our last show in like March of last year. did nothing, recorded an album, did nothing, and then came back out with a whole new lineup and a name change, which is not at all how it happened behind the scenes. It's just not documented very well. A lot of people were, oh, Joey's new band. I'm like, no, it's band. It's just completely different.
Right. So, if I may ask, how do you describe that happening? Like behind the scenes?
I describe it like this. We are still Louisiana Lot Lizards. We are Deathtax. Like,
right.
We are, and then, I don't mean to sound like an ass when I say this, but like, we're whatever we say we are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there was something so freeing to me about the name change, because it was like, I'll change the name in 6 more months if I feel like I want to. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's our band. It's our art project. Like, it doesn't need to be anything other than exactly what we need it to be. And if people are weirded out by that, people were telling me that it was like a business move, a suicide business move. And I was like, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I don't fucking make any money doing this thing. I haven't made any money playing music for fucking 15 years. I've been doing it. Like, that's not why I do this. This is for the business moves. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I do it because this is what I do. Like I said, in 2012, like, I said to myself, like, this is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And I've, in one way or another, been doing it since. So, yeah, when people ask about the name change, when people ask about the lineup change, it's like, I finally feel like this band is at a point where there are members in the band that are, like, in it for the long run.
Right.
And I kind of feel like that for the first time. There was always something about members before that felt very, like, temporary. Like, these people are here for this chapter. And I think that if you go and you look through what we've done in, like, our little bucket of art, I think that you can kind of see a little bit of those influences from those outsiders, but, like, well, not outsiders, but, like, the people that were kind of temporary. But, like, I've been a constant throughout the last almost 10 years that I've been doing this thing.
Yeah.
So, it feels good to be in a position where it's like, we can just do whatever the fuck we want. I can do whatever I want. I can write whatever I want. And if people don't want to come along for that ride, then that's cool. I respect that. There's bands that I've dropped out on. But I think that what we offer the listener or anybody that's been following the band is, we're a band with lore. You know what I mean? We're a band. Yeah. We have a lot of Easter eggs. We have a lot of nods to things we've done in the past. We have a lot of, there's a lot of moving parts to this thing. So to explain to people this transition, to me, it's just the next page. You know what I mean? And I've been flipping pages for almost 10 years now. Yeah. So I get why people are tripped out by it, but at the same time, I'm just like, this is what we do. We evolve. We move on to the next thing. We move on to the next thing. People want to hang on to the first EP. It's a great EP. It's fun. I love that EP. Mm-hmm. But it's not like sacred. You know what I mean? It's just another thing in the bucket of art that we've done. And, if people want to love that EP and hate everything else we've done, right on. But we're not going to stop evolving because somebody wants us to keep playing those songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get you. Yeah. Great answer.
Thanks, dude.
So you yell in the band and play guitar. You play anything else? What are your name your members and what do they play? I guess.
So the two new pups, and when I say pups, I mean they are fucking children. Boston and Ray, they're both 21. They're young. Austin plays bass and Reagan plays drums. And then Nelly, he was the bassist when we put out like Back to the Lamp.
Yeah.
He joined shortly after we put out, he joined shortly after we put out Lamp. And then he played bass on the 3-song EP that we just put out, and then a 5-song EP that we're putting out on May 1st. He played bass on all that. But when Adam parted ways, he moved over to guitar, and then we got Boston in on bass.
Okay.
So Nelly plays guitar now and does some vocals. And then the 5th member that we added, I have been saying basically since we did Back to the Lamp, I was like, we need a 5th member. Like, we need like a key player, like a noise maker, like somebody that'll do samples, somebody that'll make these soundscapes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And there's a wonderful tattoo artist here in town named Obi Cruz, who's kind of like, he's built this kind of like cult following with his tattoos. And I really wanted a tattoo from him because he's a huge Bloodborne fan. And I went and got tattooed by him. And by the end of the first time we met was at a show, and we talked very briefly. And then the second time was at the tattoo shop. He had mentioned like, yeah, man, like I'm into this kind of music. And I'm like, oh, that's sick. Like the people that I play in a band with aren't even into that kind of music that I like as well.
Right.
And then we got to talking. He's like, yeah, I kind of make like, soundscapes on my computer and samples and noises. And I was like, you should join my band. Like, you know what I mean? It was just such a like aha moment. So yeah, he came to practice. He bought like a bunch of gear so he could play live, and it's been fucking sick. He's kind of like, Obi's kind of turned into my right-hand man. He was over here last night, like mapping out a music video that we're shooting this weekend with me. He like all the artwork and shit that you see on our new shirts and album covers and shit like that. That's all Obi. So he's kind of like a jack of all trades right now as far as this band goes, and he was kind of like exactly what I needed. It's nice having someone else in this band that is like, so like in the shit with me.
Super invested. I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, I totally get that. Trust me. Another good answer. What got you into music? Playing it?
The Resident Evil 1 movie soundtrack.
Really?
I grew up with parents that really loved music. My mom's Hispanic, so I got into like a lot of that kind of music. A lot of like Latino and inspired like top 40 kind of stuff. My mom was big into like Mark Anthony and like Jennifer Lopez and fucking Enrique Iglesias and like even like Shakira. So like there's that kind of shit, and I think that's like, I'm a drummer originally, like that's my first instrument.
Yeah.
And it's still probably the thing I'm most comfortable on. So I think that's where a lot of that comes from, because that music is very percussive and it has a lot of, rhythm and shit like that. That's very important. And then my dad, on the other hand, my dad was super into like hair metal and like hard rock from the 80s and like, fucking Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
The good stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, fuck Ted Nugent. Like, that dude sucks. But like, I remember the first time I heard the fucking intro riff for fucking Cat Scratch Fever, just being like, holy shit. Like, you can do that. But that was all when I was very young. So I fell in love with music at a very young age. But it wasn't until I was in elementary school when that first Resident Evil movie came out. I remember being so excited about that movie coming out because we had played the video games. and my neighbor's older brother burnt me a copy of the soundtrack for that movie.
Yeah.
And like that was a fucking game changer. So it's like Slipknot, Cold
yeah.
Fever, yeah. Like fuck Marilyn Manson, but Marilyn Manson had a song on there. And then like weird bands like the Crystal Method and Il Nino and Method Man has a song on there. Like just this fucking insane lineup of songs. And then shortly after I got that, he burnt me System of a Down's Toxicity, Slipknot's first album, Iowa by Slipknot, and then maybe a year or so later, Volume 3 by Slipknot came out, and then those first 2 Linkin Park albums.
Oh, yeah.
And all of that at once was just like, I was like, I have to guitar. I have to play the guitar. Like, I have to. You know what I mean? And in 2005, when I was in the 5th grade, my dad bought me my first guitar. And I didn't take lessons for maybe like 2 years. And to me, it was just about like holding this thing. Like, it was like religious for me. You know what I mean? It was like, I can't even describe it because I don't know that I've ever felt anything like it, you know, since. But kind of holding this thing and not understanding it and not really knowing what things do, but just being completely like overwhelmed by this object that little did I know would like end up being kind of the thing that I lived for, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay. What are some of your influences for Deathtax?
I think the really rad thing about Deathtax is that like we kind of wear our influences on our sleeve, but we've kind of been awkward about how we get to a finished product.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, obviously bands like Every Time I Die, bands like Slipknot, like older Slipknot, bands like System of a Down, bands like Converge, you know, that very like dark, emotionally driven, aggressive music has always been like the starting point kind of thing. But lately a lot of it has come from like just sort of life experiences and sort of you know, listening to other humans talk has been a big thing for me. I think conversations like this one that you and I are having are super important because like one of the big goals with Deathtax is to be able to relate to people on a spiritual level, on a personal level, and help people if we can. You know what I mean? So if I just go into this and I'm like, okay, I want to be like Every Time I Die, and I just want to write songs, and I just want to, you know, that's cool. And I feel like there's a lot of bands out there doing that right now. Where they're like, I want to sound like the things that I like, or I want to sound like the things that are cool. I don't give a shit about being fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I want to be relatable. And that's been something that's been really difficult for me, is like trying to put words down that make sense enough that people can read them and be like, oh, that's what I took away from this, or this is what I took away from this.
Yeah.
You know, I get a little insecure about my writing sometimes because like I'll go back and read it and be like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Like, what, like, Jesus Christ, you know? So to me, like, it's more important to, you know, and that's kind of this idea of like the lot that we talk about, being the sort of like community surrounding this band, is that like I feel like it's a group of people that all come from very different kind of walks of life, but ultimately want to be a part of something where they feel like they can relate to other people. And so to me, I think my biggest influence is the idea of being kind of just being human, you know what I mean? And finding those connections with other people. And there's been a lot of incredible people in my life that have kind of come and gone that you really, really relate to, and you kind of take the things that you've learned from those relationships with friends or family or whatever it is, and move forward with that knowledge and that understanding and stuff like that. So, you know, that's been the big thing about this quarantine that's been hard, is like being away from that, being away from people and being so isolated, and kind of it's been kind of draining, you know. I mean, it's been hard to be inspired when you're not out at shows, when you're not meeting new people. And so but the short answer is Every Time I Die, and all the riffs that I just steal. So.
I totally get what you're saying about the draining. Actually, yesterday, I just had two of my friends stop by my apartment. Two different friends stop by my apartment, and I never have anybody over, like, ever, like, during this pandemic and stuff. And two different friends, like, stopped by, and I was like, man, this is fucking nice. Like, I had such a great day, man. Like, yesterday, like it was nice just being able to hang out with somebody, like one-on-one, and talk and chat, or just hang out and watch something or play games and stuff. Like, I don't get to do that enough. So but like shows, I can't wait to get back to shows, man. I can't wait to get back to going to shows, and I'm sure you can't wait to get back to playing them. So
all I fucking think about, dude. All I fucking think about, like, it is. We were going so hard for so long, and for it to just come to a screeching halt was just like, I mean, the big thing that I've been struggling with is like fulfillment. You know what I mean? Like, it's been trying to understand, like, what if this all goes away? Like, what do I have to offer the world without music?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's been fucking scary. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure a lot of other people are dealing with that too, but like trying to figure out who you are outside of something that you've been doing for fucking 15 years is scary. Like, it's you're really turning yourself inside out and looking at some corners of your existence that you don't normally go to. And then, you know, once you shine a little light in that corner and you realize there's nothing there, it's just like, fuck. It's hard. But,
okay. I got a few more questions, and then we'll get into our this or that segment. Then we'll get into our plugging, and then we're gonna play a song from Deathtax at the end of this stream. So stay tuned. What's next for you guys? You mentioned a 5-song EP or something, right?
Yeah. You're getting the exclusive on that, my guy. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The video on your end is frozen.
Oh, okay. It looks like it's good on the stream here. So
okay, word. So we May 1st we're putting out a 5-song EP. That's kind of just the tip of the iceberg with that announcement, though. There's a lot of other cool shit coming along with it that I won't go into too much detail about. But yeah, expect 5 new songs May 1st. We over the quarantine, like last September, we went in with the intentions of writing or recording a 10-song like full-length album. And then a couple member changes happened, and a few spiritual things kind of happened, and a few personal things kind of happened that it just didn't feel like a full length to me. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like we were putting our best foot forward with coming out with our first like full length album. So we chopped up that session, and the 3 songs that you heard on "I'll Never Leave You," and then these 5 songs that are coming out. We're actually, I won't go into too much detail about it, but there is going to be a 9th song that people will have access to. We're kind of being little stinkers about that, but some more information about that on the first. So right now the band is in a and this band has been at this point before, but we're definitely in like a rebuilding process. With the name change and these member changes. These folks that joined the band kind of had some big shoes to fill, and they're doing it wonderfully. Reagan, I can't speak enough about how proud I am of her and just the work that she's put into being our drummer. Just working her ass off to make sure that she gets this shit dialed in, and then on top of that, like writing with me is. Like I said, like I try to be really careful when it comes to like writing with other people because, like I said, I am a drummer first. You know what I mean? So I think very rhythmically, and the way that I write music, I write lyrics first. I write drums to the lyrics, and then I write guitar parts to that. So yeah, and I don't feel like a lot of people do that because it's fucking stupid. But that's just the way that my fucking brain works. So for me to come to practice and be like, okay, I have riffs. What do you think you want to play over these riffs without me being like, I already have the drum part written, like it's in my head. You know what I mean? Like there's that collaboration aspect that it was really hard for me to kind of let go of a few drummers ago. And then finally, when we were writing for like "I Will Never Leave You" and this 5 song, the drummer that was in the band at the time, I let up on a lot of that, and we got to collaborate a lot more. So that's been cool with Reagan, is like being very collaborative and hearing Reagan out on a lot of really great ideas that she has. But to answer your question, right now we're writing. And we're trying to come up with a set list that is like the best form of this band that has ever been. And I think we're there. Like, I think that with Obi in the band now and the history of the band, it's a very powerful blend of old and new, but the old stuff doesn't feel like, Deathtax playing the hits. You know what I mean? I think that everything that we've done before kind of got a facelift with this new lineup. And I think that people are going to hear the best versions of shit that we've already done now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And the new music is fucking sick. Like, I was kind of at this point after we recorded the "I Will Never Leave You" session where, like, I just wasn't inspired. You know what I mean? Being away from people, being away from live music, being away from my friends, like, I just wasn't like, I mean, I would go weeks without playing guitar. You know what I mean? I'm always writing lyrics and always writing short stories. But yeah, I just was like, just wasn't inspired. And then the band started rebuilding and started getting where we're going, and I felt that shit come back, and I was really like legitimately worried. I was like, man, am I done with this? Like, is this chapter in my life done? You know what I mean? Like, what's next? What, do I even want to keep playing music anymore? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of gnarly fucking thoughts like that. Like, having Obi join and having, these other guys and Reagan, just, it's been so inspiring. And, yeah, things are cool and waiting for full length right now. So Hopefully when shows kick back up, we'll be able to come back out and get the family back together, and hopefully by the end of 2021 we'll have a new full length out.
Awesome. That was my last question. When do you foresee? Well, we can't. None of us can really know for sure, but shows coming back.
The optimist in me wants to say July.
Uh-huh.
The pessimist in me says 2022.
Yeah.
We're living in some strange times right now, dude. You know, and we've never lived through something like this. And you know, I get messages and emails every single fucking day. Hey, do you want to book this tour? Hey, do you want to play this show? Hey, when do you guys think you're going to be ready? And I'm just like,
when's the world going to be ready?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing. There's nobody that's going to be like, hey, local bands, you're good to go. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bands that want to go play at Ignition and Goshen, you're good. Go ahead. Have fun, kids. There's not anybody giving a shit about what the fucking DIY underground music scene is doing. There's plenty of people involved in this scene that, you know, they think they're the gatekeepers of it, and they think that, you know, and I've been guilty of it too. Like, I mean, like I said at the top of this conversation, anybody that's out on tour right now is a fucking goofball. I think that's silly. I mean, whatever. But at the same time, like, what? I mean,
when do we know?
Yeah. When do you know? When is it okay to stop fucking shaming people on Twitter and to stop fucking, you know, trying to put people on blast and get people canceled for playing shows right now? Like, I mean, there's plenty of people that are being the gatekeepers of that, but those people that are gatekeeping aren't going to be the ones that are like, okay, green light, you're good. All right. Yep. We're back to normal, baby. There's just people that just want to fucking be mad that people are out playing shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of being the dude that's like, you guys are fucking idiots for playing this show at, you know, wherever. You guys are idiots for having fucking 100 people in this room with no masks and what, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know that I want to be the guy that's like, all right, we're good. You know what I mean? Like, it's a tricky position to be in. And in a world where so many people are so quick to just like try and get somebody to look bad for their decisions, it's tricky. It's so I don't know. I'm getting my second round of the vaccine next Monday, but that doesn't mean that everybody else is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hear you.
I don't know.
Well, it's like you said, it's a crazy world we're living in. We haven't really been through anything like this, and we're all trying to do some of us are trying to do our best. And I can't wait for shows again, though, man. To top off this conversation, like, I can't wait to see you guys. Some of my other friends that are in bands, I can't wait to come to shows again. And look, and you said we're gonna hear stuff May 1st about the EP. We're gonna hear it, or it's dropping.
So 5 new songs on May 1st, and then sort of we've kind of been teasing at some things that are about to be announced, and we've been in talks with a label about something else very exciting, and that'll all be announced on May 1st. We'll have a new music video for you guys that day, of a song that it's kind of funny because the song that we're doing the video for, at the very first Lizard show in like 2018 or something, we played this song.
Okay.
And it wasn't on Volume 1. It wasn't on Back to the Lamp. It never got released as a single. It didn't get recorded until the I Will Never Leave You session. And that's finally when that song is getting released. If anybody from shows has ever like seen one of our set lists, it's the song that we call Hate Breed.
Okay.
But that's like the tentative title. The song is actually called The Wall Takes What Belongs to It. So we'll have a video for that song out that day. And then I think that will be the first sort of Jenga block getting pulled out, and then we're not letting up after. So
awesome.
Yeah, so May 1st.
Sweet. I know you got a time constraint here, so we're gonna get right into, and I'm pretty much done. We're gonna get right into our this or that portion, and then we'll plug. And then, like I said, we're gonna play a song from Deathtax at the end, so stick around for that if you want to hear it. So we do this thing called this or that, Joey. I name something, and then I name something else, and you choose which you like better. So game cost this or that. I think you might have already said this, but Last of Us 1 or Last of Us 2?
Last of Us 1, just because of the multiplayer.
Okay. Bow or sword? Like a
bow.
Okay. Beer or whiskey?
Whiskey.
That's my man. Call of Duty or Battlefield?
Never once played Battlefield in my life. Call of Duty.
Okay. Fallout or Elder Scrolls?
Ooh. I played more Fallout, but I think Skyrim is going to take over my life as soon as I dive into it.
Right. As soon as you actually get invested?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Fallout, though, because I feel like we're like 3 steps away as a civilization to ending up like that. So I'll go with Fallout.
Fair enough. Pokemon or Zelda?
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
I have more Zelda tattoos, so I'll say Pokemon because nothing's precious.
Okay. GTA or Red Dead? Played any of those?
Ah, fuck. I loved Grand Theft Auto, and I wanted to love Red Dead so much, but Red Dead was just way too slow for me, so I'm going to go with GTA.
Red Dead's too slow for me too, brother. I couldn't get into it. So many people love that game. Can't do it.
I want to be a cowboy so bad.
I do want to play the online mode and like, you know, hang out with my friends and like go shoot other people and stuff and lasso them. And anyways, tank or healer? Like,
healer. I'm medic in Last of Us 1.
Okay. Taking Back Sunday or Brand New?
Taking Back Sunday, obviously.
All right.
I love Taking Back Sunday so much, dude. They're a band that like I feel like a lot of people dropped out after like Louder Now, and if people go to those records from like the 2010s, they're so fucking good.
Yeah, to be honest, I dropped out, but then I came back to check them out, and I was like, oh my god, what did I miss out on?
I just saw, you're going to shit your pants when I tell you this. Not just saw, this was like 2 years ago. But I got to see Every Time I Die and Taking Back Sunday both do like headlining sets in the same night. They were on tour together, and it was so
Oh, I think I remember the promo for that show too, and I wanted to go. Nice.
I lost it, dude. It was so good.
I saw TBS with Coheed, and that was a fucking great time. But yeah.
Yeah, that rules.
Wind Waker or Twilight Princess?
Wind Waker, more side quests.
Okay, Resident Evil or Silent Hill?
Silent Hill, way scarier, not campy at all.
Okay, Goku.
Well, hang on here. Hang on.
Oh!
Resident Evil's super fucking campy, and I hate that, but the dialogue in those old Silent Hills is just bad. It's not campy, it's just horrible. But I'll still say Silent Hill because I feel like Silent Hill is more brain psychological.
I don't know if you're into like superheroes and stuff, but Goku or Superman?
I think Superman is the stupidest fucking...
I agree.
boring at like, oh, he's Superman, he's just good at everything, but he's allergic to a rock. Like, fuck off. So
I totally agree.
Yeah, I did watch like the Boo saga of Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'll go Goku.
Okay, Marvel or DC?
Fucking neither, but my girlfriend loves Marvel. So I'll say Marvel because it makes her happy, but I don't give a shit about superhero movies.
Okay.
I like the Batman movies, but I don't think Batman's a superhero. I actually think Batman's kind of a prick, but those movies were cool.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
You know what? Neither. Fuck them both.
And that is the end of this or that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to plug some stuff really quick. Joey, where can we find Deathtax at? I have the links in the description, but I want you to, you can say it yourself.
Yeah. If you want to check out our music, Spotify, that's everybody has seemingly is that what streaming service you use, is Spotify?
Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend uses Apple Music because she has an iPhone, but I do Android, so.
Word. Just Spotify, Deathtax, it's one word. If you want to check out our merch, deathtax.bandcamp. It might be Deathtax.in, but I think it's just Deathtax.
I do have the link in our bio on this video. Oh, yeah. So like, if you do want to check out their merch, you can find it there. Pick up you have all your discographies on there, and then T-shirts and stuff. Yep.
And then there's going to be May 1st, there's going to be some fucking dope shit getting added to that.
Okay.
So keep your eyes out for that. The social media that we use the most is Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's just Deathtax_ on Instagram. That's the social media service that like fucks us the least. We're also on Twitter, but Twitter is just for like horsing around. It's kind of for the memes and being goofy. So if you like being goofy, come horse around with us on Twitter. That's also just Deathtax_. We're on Facebook, but we don't really use it because, as Derek can attest to, Facebook algorithm is pretty
garbage,
pretty difficult to promote anything for free on. So
yeah.
Just fucking get on Spotify, add us to your favorite playlist, and that would mean the world to us. Check out our music videos on YouTube, Deathtax Endlessly on YouTube. You can add me on PlayStation if you want to rip some fucking Last of Us. It's Sass Joe is my handle. So
Sass Joe.
Sass Joe. I'm on there. Fucking hit us up if you want to play some fucking Warzone with Deathtax. We're really bad, but hit us up if you want to play.
All right, is that it for you?
I think that's it. You can follow me on Instagram. It's just at the Joey Kaufman. Swamp Poppy 69 on Twitter. We're out there. We're easy to find. So, but yeah, come check us out if you like Kmart every time I die.
Okay, and you can check us out as always here on Facebook. I stream almost every night around 9 p.m. Eastern. Mostly Destiny 2 right now, but I do other stuff. I play some Rocket League and some other stuff. We have Instagram at OG Gamecloth, Twitter OG Gamecloth. We're on TikTok, but I still haven't done anything with it yet. And then our website is www.gamecloth.online. You can pick up our gear there. We have hats, the shirt I'm wearing, these hats back here. We just released this Mass Effect pocket tee. You can pick that up. Pocket tee. And then that's it. That's it for me too. I'm gonna say goodbye to Joey. We're gonna play one of Deathtax songs here. I'll see you later, Joey. I had a great time with you. It was good chatting. A lot of good stuff.
Yo, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to bring this up at the top of the conversation.
Sure.
You were the very first person I ever saw live that like did yelling vocals.
Really?
I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was at the old Angola High School. We played like a battle of the bands together when I was in 7th grade. you were in a band with like Casey Byerly and Cody
Yep.
McMeekin.
Yep.
And I saw you guys, and I was fucking terrified. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, just thanks for that.
Hey man, thanks. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew you had seen us, but I didn't know about when it was, you know.
Yeah. So. The very first time I ever heard anyone like yell into a microphone, like in person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
very cool, man. Very cool nod. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
right.
I had a great time, brother. Hope to talk to you soon. We're gonna play Deathtax here at the end. All right.
All right. See you, homie.
See ya.